on this. So, welcome to the Colombia team heading off in April. Not long to go. Clearly, a few of you are still in the mountains and then coming back and making the most of spring. Anyway, the Colombia trip, there are 9 of you going. That's a lovely sized team. You've got Brendan and his gorgeous wife, Josie, who are going to be your hosts. And under them, they've got several guides who are will be doing various activities different days with you. So it is going to be a feeling of a good full team, lots of community interaction, lots of challenges are awaiting. So the purpose of this Zoom is to get you organized. So I want questions, please. I am going to go and run through the overview of your itinerary, flight admin, visas, arrival admin, kit, health and safety, okay, money and phones. So at each section, there will be time for Q&As. So the aim is by the end of this, you feel fully briefed with what we've got lined up and what you need to do to get yourself organized. Okie dokes. So to kickstart then, your flights. I have your flights here. You're all heading off. You're leaving London Heathrow on the 10th of April, arriving in Bucaramanga. I know, I can't even pronounce it myself after all these years, on the 11th. Apart from Annabelle, you are arriving on the 10th. You're going to stay, am I right in thinking? Zoe's told me she's got this all planned with you. You're going to be staying in Bucaramanga on the 10th, and then you're going back to the airport to be picked up with the others. Okay? That is the plan. Are you here? I don't think you're actually here. Is Annabelle here? Or is one of you Annabelle?
Yeah, I'm here.
There you
And
go. Hello,
correct.
Annabelle. I can see you. Is that correct? Okay, great. Also, whatever, I know when you're on the group chat, Brendan will probably say to you, just sit tight at your hotel and he'll come and scoop you up from there. Okay? That's what usually happens. Okay, and Jake, you are going into Avianca. You're trying from JFK, but you're hooking in with the others at Bogota. Okay, so if everybody would like to look out for Jake Bogota, he'll be exhausted because he's been. Are you going into a hotel or are you just sitting in the airport for all those hours?
Not sure yet. I probably will get a hotel, I'm assuming, but I don't know.
Okay, right. So you're all going to be picked up from the airport. Just so you know, we will send you an email the week before with clarity and the latest update on what you need to enter Colombia. Right now, it is just filling in an online form and then off you go. So it's nothing more complicated, apart from you need proof of leaving Colombia. Okay, so nobody forget that. Even if you haven't booked your flight out, you need a mode of transport and proof of leaving Colombia within 90 days. Okay, don't forget. So when you get to Bucaramanga, you are going to be met by Brendan and his lovely team. You're going to hop on the minibus. I know you're going to be exhausted and you're going to snooze nicely for about 2.5 hours. But along that journey, you will stop off and have refreshments and look at the view when you get into the canyon lands, which are absolutely stunning. So you get a feel of the vibe of where you're going, because where you are going is really, really stunning. It's really off-grid. People don't really go there. Backpackers definitely wouldn't go there. So for that, it is jaw-droppingly vast and special. So you will stop off to get a feeling of that hugeness, which frankly, no photos or even me whiffling on does it justice. So your destination is Barichara, where you're going to be staying there is the lovely little hostel, which we everybody always stays at, which is just a few doors, 5 minutes away from Brendan and his family. That will be your home for 2.5 weeks. You unpack, you settle in, that is home. Got lots of lovely staff there. They're going to cook you delicious meals. Breakfast and lunch is included at the hostel, and then supper is out and about. And we do that for a reason, because there are so many gorgeous little kind of cafes and restaurants, and the food in Colombia is delicious. And what I want you to embrace when you're there for 2.5 weeks is the local community, who they all know who you are. Okay, they love the groups that turn up, especially in the kind of the old Colombian bars. Before you know it, you're going to be playing cards with the old boys, and you know you'll just love that aspect. So that is all there for you to really embrace. You know, in the evenings, go out, go and explore. Brendan will tell you the kind of top places to go, and off you go to really meet all the kind of local crazy characters that you're going to come across. And there's great shops there. You can get groovy hats and scarves and bags. You'll be well into you'll be looking very local by the end of the first couple of days. Okay, so the first 2 weeks, what we have planned is a mix of activities. You are going to learn some Spanish every day, and if you are really good at Spanish, that's great. We will literally put you in a different class so that we can, you know, improve your Spanish. But for those that I know, a few of you are going on traveling after this experience, you really do need to learn some Spanish, because unlike Asia or Africa, nobody really speaks English, especially when you're off grid. So you really need to know, hello, how are you? My name, how much, have you got room, time of the bus. It's basic stuff, but it's really, really important. So that is the reason why we've got Spanish included. But in addition to that, so you'll be having daily Spanish lessons just for about 1.5 hours a day. In addition to that, you will have the volunteering aspects, working in the community at the school. There's two types of the project work. One working in the school, where you get involved with the kids, with the teaching, playing sport with them, and the other one is helping the fire brigade. I know it's a random project, but the fire brigade are in charge of reforesting the community lands. So every group is involved in moving that on to the next stage. And the last group that were there took it upon themselves to actually teach the firemen better English. So there is that kind of activity going on all at the same time, but it's all very community aimed at really kind of throwing you into the community. And the third project, which we always like to do, is the community in Barichara vote for there is always someone in need within their community who really could do with your help, and you help them. Now, this, we never know who it's going to be or what you're going to be doing. But as an example, we have helped a man, a gorgeous old man, and these are people really, really in need, really on the poverty line. So one of the last groups helped this very old gentleman who was losing his sight, and they concreted his floor of his kind of 2-room house flat so he didn't trip over. You know, it's things like that. Another lady had basically she was a collector. She didn't throw anything away, and her house was falling apart, and so everybody helped cleanse her house, get some order into it, and kind of make it better. So it's very, very simple projects like that, but the community, they, with your collaboration, of course, but it comes from them, who they think, whoever needs it. And that's really special, because they plan it throughout the year and think, actually, you're more in need this time, we'll wait for the next group for you. So that's something really, really special. In addition to each week, within each week, you're doing the Spanish, you're doing the project work, you're doing 1 one afternoon where Brendan takes you off to do learn how to roll a cigar. That's one of his favorite tricks. Learn how to roll a cigar, and you go off onto one of these tobacco farms. I think, and then there's another amazing coffee. It's a big coffee area, a coffee farm that he takes you to. And he gets you doing some gentle hikes. Okay. Now the hikes are just doing on the old Spanish walkway, kind of which link up various little gorgeous towns. But there's a purpose to this, because he is getting you fit for the Lost City trek at the end. So it's a gentle build up. The first couple of weeks, you're just doing gentle hikes, you know, linking up village to village. The third week, before you move down to the coast, you do the big canyon trek. And that's where you trek down, you sleep overnight at the bottom. It's really cool by the river. And then you trek out. And yes, it is quite tough, but everyone manages it. But it's kind of getting your legs going, and it gives him the confidence that everybody is fit enough for the Lost City trek, which happens in the last 10 days. Okay, so after the 2.5 weeks in Barichara, you then catch the overnight bus and you head to Santa Marta and Torona National Park. And that's where the Lost City trek is. And that is 2.5 days climb through these amazing, I have to admit, I have not done this, but everyone has told me that they love it. It's tough, it's hot, it's humid. You're bathing in the rivers, you're feasting on campfire food, you're sleeping in hammocks, but they love it. And when you get to the top, it's that real sense of achievement. And then it's 1.5 days down. And then at the end, you're treated to the Caribbean beaches, Cartagena, the islands, San Blas Islands, and you properly celebrate that huge achievement, because it is an enormous achievement. And as a team, you will do it. You will just be the strongest team ever from helping each other get there and get back down. So that is the kind of essence of the itinerary. 2.5 weeks in Barichara, 1.5 weeks at the coast. In Barichara, you're doing a mix of volunteering, Spanish, and gentle hikes, including the canyon hike, which is a bit tricky. Moving to the coast, where you're exploring the Santa Marta, Cartagena, Torona National Park, and doing the big trek to the Lost City. Okay, so does anybody have any questions right now on the itinerary? Any questions? Are you all looking forward to that itinerary? Okay, I don't want you to be overwhelmed by the trek, okay? I did a 4-day trek to Machu Picchu, nearly killed me, but God, I was pleased I did it, okay? You are less than half my age. I know you can all do this, okay? But it will be a hey moment, and that is really special, okay? So that is your kind of flights, your itinerary. Moving on to the kind of boring nitty-gritty. Okay, money. What I want you to do is I want you to take 2 bank cards out with you, because I want you to bear in mind when you're packing that you can't get anything sent to South America from home. Okay? Do not forget that, because it all gets nicked at customs. Okay, even FedEx. Well, if you do FedEx, it will cost you an arm and a leg. So what I want you to do is take 2 bank cards. One, which is your normal debit card, and the other being one of those clever cards, your Revolut, your Starling, you know, those cards which don't charge you every time you take money out. Okay? You see my reasoning? The reasoning being, if you lose one, you have a backup back at base, locked away in the hostel. Okay, it's really clever just to take $100 cash on you, just to have as backup, but you will get the local currency out of the ATMs when you get there. Okay, so don't worry about getting local currency out. You don't need to do that. You will get that all done in Barichara when you get there. ATMs, a few of them dotted around. Okay. Phones, likewise, take 2 phones. You're all swinging and dancing phone and a backup phone. Okay. Again, the reasoning, if you lose one, drop one, get one nicked, you've got that backup burner, backup base. Okay. Also, it's quite useful to take 2 phones because you've got one which you don't mess about with, by what I mean with, changing the SIM. But the backup phone, you could get a local SIM card and use that when you're there. Okay, to communicate with each other. But Wi-Fi, there's Wi-Fi in the hostel, there's Wi-Fi in most cafes and restaurants. I think there's even Wi-Fi on the bus, on the overnight bus to the coast. So that Wi-Fi is pretty much everywhere. The comms are really good in Colombia, actually across the whole of South America. So you're never going to be out of contact for long. Only time you are out of contact is actually on the Lost City trek. Okay. Okay. Any questions on phones and money? No? Oh, you're such an easy group. Rightio. Okay. Kit, want you to have a look at the kit list in My Leap. Everything on there is for a reason. Most people ask us questions about shoes. Okay. Yes, you are not to be taking more than 3 pairs of shoes. If you are, you're not getting a gold star on your packing. Okay. Shoes that you need to be taking is a pair of trainers, which you love wearing every night, every day, kind of going out trainers, a pair of knackered trainers or walking boots, but trainers which have got a really grippy sole, like a cross trainer that you're going to do all your hikes in. Okay. They probably won't come home with you because they'll really smell after the Lost City trek. But, you need a pair of trainers which have got grip. If you had a pair of trekking boots at home, which you absolutely love, take them. Okay. But take something which is trekking friendly. Hats. It's amazing how many people don't arrive with a hat. Don't worry if you don't, because there's so many groovy, cool hats that you can buy in Colombia. Really cool. They love all these kind of trilby styles hats. So that is good. 2 water bottles. Okay. You need at least 2 water bottles, chili style water bottles. In addition, what is really useful is to take one of those, oh my God, I'm having a mental blank. Can anybody help me? They're the water packs you put in your camel packs, the camel packs. Yeah, that you slip into your rucksack. Those are really good. You get them on Amazon. They're cheap as chips. They're about less than 10 quid, but they are really useful for the treks. Okay. So taking your water consumption, keeping hydrated on your treks is to, don't forget. When it comes to your luggage and rucksacks, your main luggage, it doesn't matter what type of bag you take, except it's got to be soft. Okay, so you could take a rucksack, take a duffel bag, but no hard shell suitcases. They are a disaster because you can't strap them to the top of any bus. Okay, so make sure your main bag is soft, but it can be a duffel. It can be those big North Face duffels, rucksack, doesn't matter. Your day rucksack is really important to get right because you will be carrying you're carrying stuff on your canyon trek and on your Lost City trek. Not all your gear. The mules are carrying that, but in your day backpack, you will be taking hat, sunscreen, change of t-shirt, change of socks, maybe, all your water, little kind of first aid. So it needs to be 20 liters-ish. Okay, but good rucksack. So it's got good shoulders, probably a waist strap so that it's really comfortable. Don't think your old rucksack, which you used to carry your books around at school, is going to do the job. It won't. Okay. So that is important to get right. In addition, what is also important is to take a little bag. You can buy one out there, but that you take out in the evenings, a little crossbody bag where you like enough to have on at all times so you don't put it down in a bar and then walk away and wonder why it's not there when you go back. I mean, it is a safe area where you're going, but you have got to be always really mindful and look after your stuff. Okay? On the kit list, have a look. You know, it's got kind of shorts, long sleeve t-shirts, long sleeve trousers, long leg trousers. It's got all that written down. So have a look. It's on there for a reason. Okay. So any questions on the kit? Water, luggage, bags? No? All good? Okie dokes. Extra money, what to take, what you're going to be spending it on. Okay. So the money, breakfast and lunch is included, supper is out. I would budget $15 to $20 a night for supper, but it all depends on how much you're going to drink. Because as is South America, okay, you can buy cheap beers or you can buy expensive cocktails. So it's up to you guys to budget, take a budget and stick to it, okay? And work as a team. What is really bad teamwork is when some people have more than others and are drinking high-end cocktails and others aren't, and it just gets a bit awkward. So work as a team, what your budget is, and then you choose your restaurants and cafes accordingly, okay? That's a really good thing to do. So suppers are out, and then weekend activities. Again, you can go crazy. In the next door, well, it's about 20 minutes, half an hour bus journey away, is the adventure capital of Colombia called San Gil. Okay, now here, everybody likes to go at the weekends. You can bungee jump, you can white water raft, you can paraglide, you can go cycling. There is so much to do there. So Brendan will give you the list. I'm going to resend you an overview of the itinerary and all the costs in there of the kind of how much everything costs. Okay, with the bungee jump and this and that. So take a view. You don't have to do it all, but you will in your middle weekend, your second and third weekend, want to go down because it's a bit of fun. Is it just Monday to Friday? Yes, Will, it is. Monday to Friday, you're volunteering and doing all the activities. Saturday and Sunday, you have off. When you're in Barichara, you have off to tinker about. But when you're at the coast, then every day is literally taken care of. And there is free time built into it, but you are exploring and you're on a journey as you go from Santa Marta, Lost City, Tirona, down to Cartagena. So that is a busy time. Okay. I'm just looking at my list. The last thing that I want to talk about is the health and safety and teamwork. Okay, so I just touched on it about working with a team for the budgeting. For me, going on a LEAP experience, for me, it is all about the team. Okay, it is about the team. No one knows each other, getting to know each other, getting to kind of understand each other's kind of foibles and kind of finding your place within the team and just being really kind and supportive. And teams often, I'm not joking, keep in contact for the rest of your life if you get it right, but it needs you all to work at it. Okay, you get out of this trip what you put in, so hit the ground running. I know you're going to be jet lagged, I know you're going to be discombobulated, but you know that will all be taken into consideration in the first couple of days, and then we want you to fly. Okay, really engage with everything that is on offer to you. Step up, step in, and just really get stuck in. If you want to do more of something, you just ask Brendan and Josie. They are there to make this trip your trip and special for you. They are the coolest guys, known. We love them. My children love them. Both spent time with them. They've got about 4 or 5. I don't know how many children has Brendan got now. I think he's got about 5. Anyway, they will be your tag along friends. They will be waking you up in the morning. All their kids, you know, they love the teams of volunteers coming. So you will get that definite family team experience. What we want to be mindful of is drinking and drugs. You are going to Colombia. You are going to South America. There are drugs everywhere. Just saying now, I'm not expecting any of you. This is a tricky conversation to have, but I'm just telling you now, anyone that partakes in drugs and gets caught will be asked to leave. Okay, it is way too dangerous to even think that it's a sensible idea. It is way too dangerous, not on our watch. Okay, and that's the end of that. With drinking, of course, we want you to have a few drinks. You are on your gap year, but within moderation. Drinking, so you're vomiting and losing control and being a pesky pain to other team members is just a bit dull. So, you know, just go with it with a kind of mature attitude. I know you're all mature, but sometimes we get the odd one or two that, you know, just behaves like they're still 13, 14, but not you guys, I am sure. Okay, if behavior does go AWOL, you will get an email, you will get a warning, like wind your neck in, then you'll get an email from me. That's what you don't want to get, saying you're being that pain. And then the third time is you're being a pain, would like you to leave. So you don't want to go down that route. Okay, but in 20 odd years of doing this, I think I've only had to do that twice. So there we go. That it doesn't happen. So we're there to work for you, with you, to make this experience really, really special. And it is special because Brendan and Josie go out of their way to give you really unique and varied and really authentic experiences in their hometown. So that's it from me. Any questions from any of you guys before we finish? All good? Are you excited? Just need to give a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Hopefully there's a thumbs up. Thank you. Great. Okay. Thumbs up. Right. So look out for each other at Heathrow. Zoe set up the, have you set up the WhatsApp? She set up the WhatsApp group. I know everyone gets a bit shy and doesn't communicate until they get to the airport. That's normal. Get to the airport. You will look out for Jake at Bogota. That's what he looks like. Jake, give us the wave. Look out for Jake, sweep him up, make sure he's awake and not snoozing fully on that chair at Bogota Airport. And away you go. Have a ball. Any problems, you give us a call. Okie dokes? Lovely. Over and out to you all. And happy Easter to you all. Goodbye.